Namo Dasa
Tassa
Bhagavato
Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa.
Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So last time, last week, we already finished one paragraph over there. What? Up to the Vivekya. Vivekya Samojeda Viveka Vasena Vivekitwa Vina Hotwa. Okay, that word. So Vivekya Vijewagamehi. What is Bali word? Over there, Abhidhamma Piṭaka. Dhammasaṅgaṇī. Sunyata. Makinga Magapariya Pana. So here. Tedigadanam Patamaya Pahanaya Patamaya Bhumiya Patiya Viveji Wakamehi. So that what Veji Wakamehi Veja Aguslaita Mehi we have a heart. It also appear in the Rubhavajara Kusala also. So but here the difference is Samucheda Viveka. So Samucheda Viveka was in Vivejidwa. So totally abandoned. Karma, sense desires are totally abandoned. Vivejiva Vina Hotowa. Vivejidwa, with the word Vivejidwa, you can see Viveja. Viveja is a Samvanitava. Vivejidwa is a Samvanana. So there is a Dwa surface. So with the Dwa surface, it commentator want to mention that the Viveja, the word Vivejat, is what? We preface and then we just root and then to our surface. To our surface. Let me check. We was saying that. Yeah. So to our surface is there. Yeah. So from the to our surface, so ja plus da change into CC or something like that. So that commentator want to mention that word. That's why he said Uvejati, Uvejitwa. And then Uvejitwa, we may not understand the meaning, the root meaning. Then commentator continue to say that the Vina Hodwa, Vina, apart from being being what isolated, something like that. Be isolated. Vina Hodwa, totally removed from the sensual pleasures. So that point is regarding the grammar. Then commentator continue to say, Idani kincha bi lokiya janambi na vina padipadaya ejati. So kinchabi, the word the usage of the word kinchabi is so the word kinchabi is found in the context in which commentator commentator maybe commentator dislike, showing the dislike. So actually it should be mentioned. Suppose Patipada, the practice should be mentioned. But here, pure practice, suddhikapaṭipadā is not mentioned. So then in that case, the one when the commentator want to say this, want to mention dislike, something he don't appreciate or discontent, then he usually use the word kinchapi. But it means what? Even though, okay, even though logiya jhana, even logiya jhana, without attained, without even with logiya jhana cannot be attained without the patipada, without the practice. But evan sandevi, then you want to say that evan sandevi, ida suddhika nayam bahaya. Here in this context of the lokuttara, suddhika as you see, suddhika is not mentioned. So previously, if you see suddhika previously in the Rupa chapter, Rupa Kanda, now Rupa Kusala Jeta, there you see, suddhika is without dukkha patipada in Danda Vinya. Suppose here Pathaman Jhana, Upasambaja, Viharati. So stop there. Doesn't mean somebody pass over the winner or the letter, it goes. But here, in the context of the lokuttarakusala, the Buddha used in combination with the dukkha patipada danda vinya. Okay, dukkha patipada danda vinya does not stop at the end of the viharati, but continue to say dukkha patipada danda vinya. So it means that unlike Rupa Kusala, when the Buddha talked about the Lokuttara Kusala, the Buddha combined with the combined practice vinyas. So that's why here, Suddhika Nayam Bahaya, having abandoned, okay, having removed Suddhika Naya. Lokuttara Jhanam Patipadaya, Sadeyewa Garungkadawa. So being laying emphasis on dukkha patipada danda vinya, because he want to emphasize, he want to pay more attention. That's why, and then preach about the lokuttara jhana, lokuttara mega attainment. That's why the Buddha purposely combined patipada, dukkha patipada danda vinya, so for the attainment of the lokuttara kusala. So here, what the commentator want to mention is that, so it is sure that whatever practice it may, whatever attainment you pursued, there should be patipada. Okay, there without patipada nothing can be attained. Even the lokiya jhana, so with the patipada we can attain. Without patipada it's impossible to attain. But here the Buddha combined suddhika naya with the patipada. So the purpose is that commentator provide the purpose. The purpose is that karungadwa desi tu kamadaya, because with the intention to preach, lay emphasize on the lokuttara practice. So that is a commentator's explanation. So he fill up. So there may be, there is a possible question. So why there is a no suddhikapaṭipadā? Only combination, mixture of the patipada and naya. So commentator just provided an answer. So, and then tata, yo arido wa vikilese vikambendo, dukhena sasankharena sappayogena, kilamando vikambedi, tassa dukkha patipada hoti. So how can we understand dukkha patipada? Painful practice. So here commentator provide adidowa from the very beginnings, even starting from the very beginning. Kilese vikambendo. So while we are practicing meditation, inside meditation, so what the first thing we have to do is to remove defilements, mental defilements. So then, kilamando vikambedi, very very difficult. With the difficulties he removed. So he has to prepare many things, he has to pay attentions again and again, and so on. Atagata, yes, Atagata, page number 259. So, sasankharena, dukkhena, sasankharena, sappayogena, with much effort and also with much attention. So he has to remove defilements. So that is called dukkha patipada. Okay. Then your bana vikambita kilesa. So for one who has been removed defilements, vipassana parivasan vasanto, he keep on remaining with the vipassana. So it means that he is practicing vipassana meditation, but it takes time to attain the Magga. It takes time, maybe it's a long time to attain the Magga. Even though no more kilesa is there, but you have to keep on practicing over and over again. But though you are practicing maybe 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 day, 2 days, and so on, but still you don't attain, you have not yet attained any Magga. So that is called Dandavinya, slow attainment of the wisdom. Iti yokoji varo dukkha patipada Dandavinyo nama kado. So whatever vada, whatever session. So regarding the session, so commentator continue in the following paragraph. Commentator explain what are the sessions. So Candamuka Vadan Roji Sondi here. He make a question. What kind of Vada means session. What kind of session? Commentators like. Commentators appreciate. So Yatha second we can be the Kilesa Samudha Charitawa. Tudiyambi we can be the Puna Samudha Jarandi. So one time, maybe first time while you are practicing meditation, maybe in breath and out breath or nama and rupa and so on. Kilesa, you remove one time, but for the second time it appears again. So after some time it appears again. Then you have to remove again that kind of a kilesa. So dudiyambi vikambitawa. Even though you remove 2 die, then that also appear again in our mental stream. So Tadi Tadiyan Vikambidi Bana Tata Vikambidi Wakadawa Magina Smogadan Babedi. So maybe for somebody up to the third time, so he removed defilements. Only when after the third time remove it, then it does not appear again. And then Magina Smogadan Babedi. So Smogada means totally uprooted, eradicated with the mega. Imawadan Roji, so this kind of session is appreciated by the commentators. So appreciated here means what? To regard as a dukkha patipada. So one die you remove a defilement, and then two die you remove a defilement. So that is a if you can remove and then mega also appear, then we get a commentator don't want to regard that kind of practice as a dukkha patipada, because just one die removal is enough, two die removal is enough. But he want to categorize it as a what? Sukha patipada. So very easy to remove. But starting from the third time, maybe that time removal, you have to remove one die and then appear again and then remove again and then appear again and remove again. Starting from the third time, maybe fourth time removal, five die removal, and so on. That will be much less to say to regard as a dukkha patipada. So here the commentators mostly agree that starting from the third time removal, that they call dukkha patipada. If you have to remove defilements up to 3 times, so that can be regarded as a dukkha patipada. Imasa Varasa Dukkha Patipada Danda Vinyadi Namangadam. Such a vara, such a session can be named as a Dukkha Patipada Danda Vinya. So, and also commentator Panuga Buddha Kosa, what he said, Itiki Nabana Nabagadan Hodi, with that much may not be obvious, may not be clear to you, clear to the reader. So if we explain dukkha patipada tanda vinya that much, it may not be obvious. Tasama eva metta arido pathaya vibhavana viridava. Therefore, starting from in this context here, starting from the very beginning, arido pathaya vibhavana means explanation, something like Abhidhamma Piṭaka, like a tika jaw. We call in Myanmar tika jaw. So Vibhavani is there, is an explanation. Vibhavana Viridava. So starting from the very beginning, it means he will explain. Here explanation is as follows. Yohi chattari mahabhutani parikahitawa. Upadharupam parikanati. Okay, firstly, a meditator, parikanati, parikahitawa. Parikanati. Parikanati means what? Discern. Upadharupam parikanati. So firstly, for Mahabuddha, for great elements. After that, we go to the derived derivatives. Okay, derived rupas. 24 upada rupa. And then arupam parikanati. Then nama. He trying to discern the nama. Then rupa rupam pana parikanando. Then both the rupa and arupa. Dukhena kasirena kilamando parikahedo sakodi. So he was able to discern. He was able to discern very with the bamboo practice. Dukhena kasirena. Tasa dukkha padipada nama hoti. So here means firstly is a Mahabuddha first. Discern the Mahabuddha, trying to locate Mahabuddha as your object, and then trying to see, oh, this is a Batavi, this is a Abo, this is Dejo, Vayo, and so on. And also the so that time is okay. Then after that you go to Upada Rupa. So you're trying to design a chiku, eye sensitivity, ear sensitivity, and so on. Then there is a no problem. Then you go to the Arupam, Pariganadi. So you pay attention to the Nama, that awareness, the consciousness that awares the Batavi, Tadu, and so on. Then that also may be okay. But when you go to the Rupa and Rupa Arupa, Nama and Rupa, it means Nama and Rupa together. So one after another. So then you start to have a difficulty. So then that sort of practice can be regarded as a dukkha padipada. Okay, Parikahita Rupa Rupasa. So okay, you overcome that difficulty, then you are able to discern both the Nama and Rupa. But to remain, okay, to keep on practicing in with the insight meditation, but stay, you are slow to attain the Magga. Okay, then that they go Danda Vinya. So that is the first step. So this kind of thing is a called what? How do you call? So we have, as you know, in the meditation, if we study meditation subject, samatha, vipassana, we have 7 kinds of visuddhi, right? 7 kinds of visuddhi, 7 purity. Sila visuddhi, citta visuddhi, and then daithi visuddhi, kankha vitarana visuddhi, and then mega jnana dasana visuddhi. Then what? Padipada, jnana dasana visuddhi, and then number 7 is jnana dasana visuddhi there. So sila is a morality, purity of a morality, purity of a behavior. Citta visuddhi is the purity of the mind. Then our mind is well concentrated on. It may be samatha yanika or vipassana yanika. So whatever yanika you practice, then your mind is firmly fixed on the object. So firmly fixed on the meditation object. Then that they call citta visuddhi, concentration is established there. So when our mind is concentrated, then after that, what happened? You trying to see what characteristic, function, manifestation, or the nama and the rupa. Okay. So suppose Batavi Dhatu you see, when you are discerning Batavi Dhatu, then you see hardness, softness, then so that is a characteristic. Okay, characteristic function, how they are functioning, how it is functioning, and also how it manifests. So then, so that sort of stage is called deity visuddhi, okay, purity of a view. So you come to realize that there is, these are the nature of the nama, the nature of the rupa, and so on. Deity visuddhi there. Namarupa Vavotana. Okay, we can say Namarupa Vavotana. And in the Abhidhamma Sangha also you can have a look. Lakkhana Rasa Pajupathana was saying Namarupa Parigaho Dedi Visodi Nama. Okay, discerning Nama and Rupa by means of characteristic function manifestation is a called deity Visodi, purity of a view. So then in this level, our deity Visodi is there. So that's why the commentator said that he want to start, he want to explain from the very beginning. Okay, very beginning here means from the deity Visodi, he start to mention. So then we can understand that if you see Parega Hitawa, Parega Nadi, okay, that is what indicating deity Visodi, purity of a view. Then in the case of the deity Visodi, in the deity Visodi stage also sometimes we may be difficult. Okay, we may encounter difficulty to discern nama and rupa, characteristic of a nama, characteristic of a rupa, maybe separately or one after another. So that is called dukkhapaṭipadā, then dandavinya. The next stage is a yobi rupa rupam parigahitawa, nama rupam vavotapendo, dukkhe kasire na kilamando vavotapedi. Vavotapedi. So yeah, yobi rupa rupam parigahitawa, nama rupam vavotapendo. So rupa, even though he is able to discern, how do you translate vavotapedi? Vavotapedi. Vavotapedi. Where? Pareganadi is okay. Namaru Rubarubam Bregetwa. So and then Namarubam Wawotapendo. Dukhi na kasire na kilamando Wawotapedi. So when you proceed from the deity Visodi to Kanka Vitarana Visodi. So even though you see that is a Nama, Rupa and so on, but you may sometimes you may stay regard that there is something something atta or jiva or bhugala and so on, then that is what stay view is not yet stay view is not yet overcome. Okay, the view is not yet purified. Our view is not yet purified. So that's why in order to go to Kankavitarana Visodi, then one more step is that one more step we have to do is in order to analyze, okay, analyze, analytical knowledge, understanding, analytical knowledge of the Nama and Rupa. So after the what? Nama Rupa Parigahana. So this is a Nama, this is a Rupa, like that you divide Nama and Rupa. And then after that, in this, there is only the process of the Nama and Rupa. There is no Adda, no Jiva, no soul, no Bazim. So that sort of knowledge is called Nama Rupa Vavotana Jnana. Okay, that Nama Rupa Vavotana Jnana also belong to Deji Visodi. Okay, that Nama Rupa Vavotana Jnana also still belong to Deji Visodi. So still remain in the range of a Deity Visodi. So only when first step is we have to divide. That is whether it is a nama or rupa. And then after that, we have to discern. So there is only nama, rupa. There is no atta, no soul, no self, no person. So only then our view come to be pure, come to be purified. Okay, here in this case also Namarupa Wawatapendo Dukhena Gazirena Kilamando Wawatapedi. So easy to say to overcome, to remove around you, but difficult to do. So because even though we studied Buddha's teaching many times, many years and so on, and also we listen to Dhamma talks and the practice and meditation, but still we have some kind of conception that there is I, okay, my property, my belonging, my life, my body, and so on. So that sort of thing is called, we still have a deity. Our view is not yet purified, not yet totally purified. Maybe it is a starting point. We are still on the starting point to purify our you. Then, so in that case also, sometimes people, meditators are stuck. Okay, meditators are found to find themselves difficult to overcome, to be able to analyze that there is only nama rupa, no soul, no self, and so on. So then that sort of thing can be called dukkhapaṭipadā. Then even though we are able to discern, but we are practicing inside meditation, but still take time to for the attainment of it, to attain the magga. Then that is called dukkhapaṭipadā dandapanya. So next step. So both of them remain in the deity visuddhi level. Okay, first paragraph is a parigahana, namarupa paricheda. And then another one is a what? Namarupa Pavathana. Okay, both of them remain in the deity visuddhi level. Then next level, commentator say, Abaro Namarupambi Vavotapetawa. Even though he is able to discern Nama and Rupa, and then by only the process, no substance, but when he is paying attention to the cause, Pajaye Pariganando. So what is the cause? Who make it? Who make it happen? Pajaye Pariganando. Pajaya Parikha is Kanka Vidarana Visuddhi. So that refers to Kanka Vidarana Visuddhi in the Abhidhamma Piṭaka. Desa Mewaja Nama Rupana Pajaya Parikha Ho. Kanka Vidarana Visuddhi Nama. So they are the cause and conditions. They are condition. There is a conditioning things. Some are conditioned. So that is what that sentence talk about the what Kanka Vidarana Visuddhi level. Dhamma Rupambi Vavotapetawa Pachi Preganando Dukhena Kasirina. In the Kanka Vidarana Visuddhi level also, it's somebody data may find himself a difficult, okay, to overcome. That to overcome in discerning the cause. So but that is called dukkhapaṭipadā. And also if after the discernment of the cause, then even he find himself to difficult take time to attain the Magga, then do Tanda Vinya can be regarded as a Tanda Vinya. Then next one is Aparo Bajaye Bi Paregahitawa Lakanani Badi Vajando Toki Nagasiri Nakilamando Badi Vajadi. So Lakanani Badi Vajando. So with this word, it is shown that Sammasana Jnana. Okay, Sammasana Jnana, uh, you contemplate on the meditation object in order to penetrate the characteristics, etc. Then in this case, in this level also, if you find yourself difficult, then it is called Dukkhapaṭipadā. And also Danda Vinya is easy. Then Aparo Lakanani Vi Padi Vijaydawa Vipassana Jnani Dekhe Sure Pasane Wahande Obana Vipassana Nikandain Priyadiya Mano Dukhena Kasirena Kilamando Priyadiyati. Then that is another Visuddhi. With the Nikandain Priyadiya Mano, we have to understand that it is talking about the Mega Jnana Dasana Visuddhi. Okay, Mega Jnana Dasana Visuddhi. Knowledge and vision regarding whether it is a right or wrong path. So, so this sentence talk about the what? In the Mega Jnana Dasana level, you go beyond Kankavitana Visuddhi level, then you go to Mega Jnana Dasana Visuddhi level. Then if you find a difficulty, then it's a called Dukkhapaṭipadā. Yes, Onya Jari.
So Sayadaw here, after the Vipassana Jnana, here the Dikhe Sure, how can we translate? Sure?
Vipassana Jnane Dekhe Sure. Sura means brave. Dekha means sharp. And then Vipassana Jnane, Vipassana Jnane Dekhe Sure Pasane Wahande. So they both of all of these words, you see that they end with the same characteristic. It means that after penetrating the characteristic, etc., okay, our vipassana jnana become a sharp, and also it become a sure means in translation it is called brave. So if our weapons are very good, okay, very powerful, then we are brave enough to go beyond, to go forward, okay, to go ahead, something like that. And then pasane means brightened, clear, and then wahande means able to carry out. Okay, so why our vipassana jnana is sharp and then crystal clear, then what open other die, there can happen something. That is what Vipassana Nikandi. Okay, Vipassana Nikandi. So Nikandi means what? Something like a light appear, other time light, over so sometimes piti, pasadi, piti, also joy. You why our Vipassana jnana is very sharp and a very brightened. That time, sometimes we may see there is a light. Okay, so if we pour into the light, then you are going astray from the right path. So it can define our vipassana practice. So vipassana nikandi it is called. Nikandi is a what? Again, actually attachment. attachment not to the attachment to the light, attachment to the joy produced by the vipassana jnana. Okay.
So that means that 10 kinds of obstacles.
Yeah. 10 kinds of vipassana nikandi means 10 kinds of obstacles. So they arise at the moment why we are able to whatever mega jnana dasana visuddhi level, right? Uh, we overcome kanka vidana visuddhi there. That means our vipassana jnana is maybe quite sharp at that time. Some obstacle be maybe 10 kinds of obstacle. One of the 10 kinds of obstacle be something like light, piti, joy, passaddhi, peaceful, tranquility, and so on. So these are, if we attach to them, that is a problem. So we will not be able to proceed our vipassana practice. So then what we have to do is pariyadhiya mano. We have to dry up. Okay, we have to dry up. So that what pariyadhiya mana is. So if something is wet, okay, wet, then we have to make it dry. Okay, so that is called nikandi is something compare nikandi mostly used with the pariyadhiya mano. If we want to use together, it is a kind of a liquid, a kind of a, a kind of a liquid. So that should be dry up. So when the Buddha explain about the have a discussion or conversation with the Vedanta Brahmin, the Buddha used this word. So Priyadiyamana. So in that case, the Buddha used the simile of the chicken, like a chicken egg, and then small chicken, how they come out of the egg. Okay, then the mother hen, okay, hen should dry up. Okay, should give a heat to dry up some of the liquid in the egg. So there also you can find this kind of a similar word, Priyadiyamano. So Nikandai Priyadiyamano. You have to abandon this kind of Nikandi. You have to remove one after another. Sometimes maybe it is still difficult because you are doing good things, and then the signs are very good. So that's why you may think, oh, there's no problem because I'm doing good things, and also I'm paying attention to the good signs. So then you will still have attachment to the light or to the product. Okay, to the byproduct, suppose we can say byproduct of vipassana practice. Then if you find it difficult for you to dry up such dukkhapaṭipadā. And then if you are slow to attain the magga, then it is called danda-viññā. So iman varan roje, so this kind of a session is appreciated by the commentators. Our commentator appreciate this kind of a session. Imasa varasa edana mangadan. So this name is a dukkha parivaradana viññā. Okay, dukkha parivaradana viññā. The name dukkha parivaradana viññā has been given to this kind of assertion. Iminawa ubayena parado teiso parivara varidava. In this manner, we can understand the remaining three kinds of practice. That is Dukkhapaṭipadā, Khepa-viññā, Sukhapaṭipadā, Danda-viññā, and Sukhapaṭipadā, Khepa-viññā. So this one is a very, I think, very clear. Commentator is very generous to explain for the attainment of a mega. So there, a yogi may find difficulties. So in each level, Detti Visuddhi, Kankha Vidana Visuddhi, and the Mega Jnana Dasana Visuddhi. So in whatever level, if you find a difficulty, then it can be regarded as a what? Dukkhapaṭipadā. And also it makes them slow to attain the mega, then it can be called Danda-viññā. So then commentator continue, Pali, in the Pali it is mentioned, Tasmain Samaye, Paso, Hodi, and so on. So there commentator explained that Paso, Hodi, di Adisu. So you can then count Ananya Tanya Samidindariya, Sama Waja, Sama Kamando, Sama Ajivo, Chattari Padani Adhikani. These 4 words. You can find these 4 extra words. Okay, 4 extra words. Compared to the Mahakusala Jeta, first Mahakusala Jeta, you may find it at these 4 extra words. So altogether, in the Mahakusala Jeta, you have studied what? 56 dhammas are there. So then you just add these 4 more words. Then you will find it 60. Okay, 60 words or 60 mentalities are there. Ananya Danya Samidindariya, and then Sama Waja, Sama Kamanda, Sama Ajiva. So that is in the Dhammodesavara. And then Nedesavareja, in the day description also, Vidagadi Nedesesu, Magingandi Adini Badani Adhikani. Okay. Magingan. Okay, Magingan, or how many Magingan? Before we have a Panja Magingani, right? Only 5 Maginga in the Mahakusala Jeta. But now here, Atha Magingani. Okay, we will find it. So, where? Nedesavara is, let me check the page number. Page number 82. Okay. Page number 82. Atingi Gom, the last paragraph. Page number 82 or the Dhammasaṅgaṇīpāḷi, the last paragraph. Tasmain Gopana Same Chattaro Khanda Hundi, this is okay. Dvayaranani, okay. The same way Dadu Yo de Yo Ara, Nawaindriyani. So here you see Nawa Indriyani, Nai Indriya. In the Mahakusala, past Mahakusala Jeta, you can see Atha Indriyani. Because here Ananya Danya Samidindariya is added. And then Panjangikan Jana Hodi, and then Atingiko Mego Hodi. Then here Atingiko. Previously in the Mahakusala Jeta, Panjangiko Mego Hodi. 5 Meginga. Okay. So that's sort of the here commentator remind. Vidagadi Nede says Megingandi Adini Badani Adhikani. Okay. Sesan Saba Hita Odasati Samewa. The remaining, all of the other remaining things can be understood as has been explained in the Mahakusala Jeta. Bhumandara Vasina Bana Lokuttara Dawa Ida we say so. Bhumandara, Bhuma Andara. Here Andara does not mean what? Interval, but the meaning of the antara here means special. Okay, special existence. As a special existence, okay, here, lokuttara dawa, the state of being supramundane, is a significance in this session of the lokuttarakusalaṃ. So, cittuppādakaṇḍaṃ. Okay, that is. Then, special words in the lokuttarakusala is, then you may find where that ananyatanyasa mitendriya. Ananyatanyasa mitendriya. Panyabala. The word. In the Dhammasaṅgaṇīpāḷi, page number 75. There you can find the last paragraph. Paragraph number 296. There is a word about ananyatanyasa mitendriya. The other paragraphs are very the same with the Mahakusala, first Mahakusala Citta. That's why commentator didn't give any explanation. But for the Ananyatanyasa Mitendriya, it's a very new word. So that's why here commentator gave an explanation. Ananyatanyasa Mitendriya, Ya Desandamana, Ananyatana, Adaitana, Apatana, Avididana, Asajikatana, Sijikiriyaya. Up to that, it's a different. So the remaining will be Banya, Bhajanana. This will be the same with the paragraph number 292 on the same page. So the special word, this special words will, some of the special words will be explained here. Ananyatanyasa mitendriya, you can divide. Okay, so maybe you may try to divide. How to divide? Ananyatanyasa mitendriya. So indriya you can divide. Ananyatanyasa miti indriya. Mi iti indriya. Okay, ananyatanyasa mi iti indriya. And then the word ananyatanyasa mi also you can divide. Ananyata anyasami. Ananyata anyasami. Okay. Then in the word ananyata also you can divide again. Na anyata. So then after that you can continue to read. Anamatagi. Anamatagi. Sansaravati. Ananyadam. Amadambadam. So there you can see Ananyadam. Ananyadana Anyada. We has never known. Okay, has never known. Something that has never known. Amadambadam. That's a Nirvana. So Anamadagi Sansaravati in the round of Sansara with the what? Anamadega. Anamadega means what? Unknown. Okay, unknown beginning. With the unknown beginning. So we are all going round and round in the cycle of samsara, in the cycle of suffering, cycle of a repeated suffering. But we have never known. So that they call ananyata. That something we have never known is that amadambada nibbana. Amadambada nibbana. So to that nibbana.
Sorry, Sayadaw. Here
Yeah.
the bata here, how can we understand it? Because bata has many meanings.
Yeah. So Bada here refers to Nibbana. Amadabada. Amadabada. You can you may remember that in the Abhidhamma when that talk about the Nibbana at the end of Rupa chapter, there is a verse, small verse, Bada Machuta Machanda. So there it is translated as a what? Bada is a Nibbana. The Bada, yeah, you are correct. To say Bada has a many meaning. What also Bada? But here, in Abhidhamma also we have Bada has a many meanings. Bada is what is the root of the Bada? Already Gajadi.
I think Pata is monk form now.
Now.
Yeah.
Now form is a root. So you can find a root. But something like a Padibada. Padipat.
So they have like the food step, award, position, place, reason, cause, and many.
Yeah. So if you want to say it is a food, then you can make a karana sadhana vigaha. Badadi, kachati, edinadi, badan. Okay. You can get a food. So with this food we can go. Okay. So then we have what? The food or the vehicle also.
But still, if we use the Ganana, so that means by this one, that means refers the Atthamasaṅgaṇā.
Yeah, that will be Atthamasaṅgaṇā. But here, if you use if you want to get a nibbana, you have to do what? What kind of sadhana? Katu or karana or sambadana or abadana or bhava or ogasa. Sadhami vivadi. Ita. You use location. Location. Padhandi. Itadi. Ita. Padavandi. Okay, Padavandi Itadi. Badhan. There will be. So that should be reached. So suppose if you want to refer Yangon as a Bada, suppose. So but Yangon is something that should be reached. Okay, that should be reached. So so that in this sense you have to make it a what? Locative. Okay, locative sadhana, ogasa. So Bada in this sense, Bada refers to Amada Bada. So if you want to sometimes if you want to refer Atingika Mega as a Bada, then you can make a Karana Sadhana. Bada has a many meaning. Okay, Amadan Badan, where that has never known to us throughout the samsara. So we have maybe we may know a lot, but we have never know about the Nibbana. So that should be, now I was trying to know Jhane Sami. So Nyasami, and Nyasami, it means Jhane Sami. So it refers to Nya is the what? Nya is the root. Okay, the meaning of the Nya is what? Jhanadi, to know. Yeah, Jhane Sami. So I was trying to know. I will know the Amadabada Nibbana with the what the Chatusacca Dhammam, Chatu Amadambada, Chatusacca Dhammam Ewa Wa Jhane Sami. So Amadabara also okay. So if you want to say Chatu Sacha Dhammam, so Four Noble Truth. Okay, Four Noble Truth. Four Noble Truth also we have never known. So even when the Buddha met with the group of 5 monks, then in the Dhammasaṅgaṇī Sutta, he very clearly explained that. So, firstly, the Buddha say, I attain the lokuttara subramande, and so I become a Buddha, and so. But they don't believe, they don't accept, even because the Buddha already renounced Dukkarajariya, give up Dukkarajariya practice. That's why they are not ready to accept. Then finally, after 3 times, the Buddha said, have you ever heard that I claimed like this? So before, then they said, no, we have never heard. No hidambandi. Right? They replied that no hidambandi. We have never heard you to claim like this. Then after that, the Buddha continued to preach Dhammasaṅgaṇī Sutta. Then every noble truth, then the Buddha say what? Something that have never heard before. Okay, even for the Buddha, before the attainment of Buddhahood, he has never heard, never seen, never experienced. So but now he already attained the Chatusaja, he already realized the Four Noble Truth. So that's why here Ananyada refers to both 2 things. Number 1 is Nibbana, number 2 is Four Noble Truth. That's why commentator provide the word Va. Okay? Va. Va means or Chatusaja Dhamma. Iti, thus, Patipanasa, one who practices. Imina Pupa Bhagi, Pupa Bhogina, Pupa Aboga. Aboga means intention. Upana Indriya. So I would try to see something that I have never seen. Okay, then with this intention, with such intention, so there is a kind of Indriya. That Indriya is a called Aninya Danyasa Midindriya. Okay. So here also, there in the Pali text also you can see Adhaitana, Apadana, Avididana. Okay. Adhaita never seen, Apada never attained, Avidita never known, Asajikadana never realized. Okay, Sajikiriyaya. Okay, to attain, to realize such a Dhamma. So that may be Four Noble Truth. So with this intention, for one who practice, who has practiced with such intention is a goal, there arises a kind of wisdom. Okay, when the Magajita arises, so if he practices like that, then finally he attains the Sodabadi Maga. So then with the Sodabadi Magajita, their wisdom associate, jnana, panya associate. Okay, the panya that associate with the Sodabadi Maga jnana is a goal, ananya danyasa midendriya. Okay, that part. It is explained here. So time is up. So thank you for listening. So next time we will continue to 3 with a D.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Sarabhya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So Buddha Sasanam. Buddha Sasanam Jiran Daitadu. Buddha Sasanam Jiran Daitadu. Buddha Sasanam Jiran Daitadu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night.
Good
Good
night,
morning.
Sayadaw.